Welcome to the DMSi pitch video for the upcoming school year. Last year we had a really technical and boring title for our project, so we jacked it up a little bit with the legendary lumber lookup module, the old triple LM. I'm Henry Gurman, the president of the DMSi Log and Lumber Division. So through this, we will go through a little bit about DMSi, the problem we're trying to solve, what the vision of the project is, some of the technical requirements, and then the overall market impact. So about DMSi, we're an Omaha-based, locally owned ERP software company. Actually, my father was the one that founded the DMSi we know today, so you'll be working directly with upper management and some ownership on this project, which we believe makes DMSi one of the things that makes us different, that stands out from our competition. We focus solely on the building products industry, which we consider as roofing, siding, drywall, doors, windows, hardwood lumber, softwood lumber. We have over 400 customers and over 20,000 users on our main Agility US product. Overall, we have 3 US companies and 1 in Australia, and over 300 employees across all of our different companies that are under the DMSi brand. So this is phase 2 of what we call finding our lumber bundles faster. Phase 1 was the project we did last year with the senior design of the forklift automation inventory tag move system. So this is the second phase of this. These projects are linked in a way. So why is this a problem in the industry? So the problem is that hardwood lumber bundles, they come in random width and random length. So as you can see in this image, that's a bundle of hardwood lumber. And you can see the numbers that are overlaid on top of the boards is the width value, the rounded width value. And you can see how they're all different. That causes the ordering process to be unique because it's not a uniform board width and length. So based on what the customer is making, cabinets or moldings, they will have specific requirements on what width and length breakdown will be the highest yield for what they're building. When a customer calls in, when one of our customer calls in for an order, it can take up to 20 minutes per line item to find the highest yielding bundle to fulfill that order. And we'll go through an example of what that is. So on an order that could have 3-4 line items, you could be up to over an hour of just research to try to find the best, highest yielding bundle for that order. So what is the problem? This is one of the simpler ones where a customer would call in and request 5,000 board feet. Board feet is the volume, the measurement of volume in lumber. So in this one, this customer, for their 5,000 feet, they are looking for 30% of that 5,000 feet to be 12 foot and longer and 8-inch and wider boards. 50% of it they will allow to be between 9 and 11 feet and 6-inch and wider, which would basically be like 6 to 8 inches. And they will allow, this is the shorts part of it, they will allow only 20% of it to be less than 8 foot in length for the board and less than 6 inches for the width of the board. And really, it's a 2-part problem. The first part being when a customer calls in and gives me this criteria, how do I know if I have inventory to fulfill this order? And the second part of that problem is using that information and then determining where these are located in the warehouse and how long it takes to pick them, which was last year's senior design project. So this year we'll be focusing on the first part of this problem. How do I know that I have bundles to fulfill this order? So our vision is this would be like an AI chatbot style order entry where they would type in the criteria, and we'll show you that example next. And then it would display the bundles automatically that are highest yielding. Currently, they have to manually go find which bundles fulfill the order the best, which is what takes them potentially 15 to 20 minutes per line item for a complicated criteria order. And the vision is we would present them with just a list in ranked order of highest to lowest yielding. And our goal is to release this in the DMSi production environment and release it to customers. So it's very specific example. A user would type in the following where it says customer ABC wants 5,000 BF, hard maple, heavy longs, minimal shorts, select and better, 30% 8 and wider, limited short. So there's a lot of stuff in there that probably means nothing to all of you unless you're in the industry. How the NLP program would interpret that is the customer is ABC, the quantity is 5,000, the order UOM, a unit of measure, is in board feet, the species, which is hard maple, the grade, which is that select and better up there. In the industry, select and better means a select grade, an F1F, and an FAS. Those are the top 3 grades. And then the length and width criteria, you can see there we would have a short, long, width, and length, and the percentage breakdown and what numerical values that represents. So the idea is that we would take that information from the NLP program, put it into criteria like this that we can feed into the algorithm. That would also factor company parameters in there, which means when they say heavy or they say short, heavy longs or short widths or short lengths, that company would have to determine what does heavy or short mean to you. And then we would use that information to calculate which bundles match the criteria the best. So here's what we're thinking as an example of what would be displayed. After I typed that in, it feeds it through the program. I would want to display in rank order an overall criteria match or yield match. So in this example, we just have the bundle ID on the left there. So for example, bundle 123 has an overall criteria match of 83% for the criteria on that order. This could vary based on width and length and grade matches, where one customer, maybe the length is more important than the width. You can see they might end up choosing bundle 124 because it's a 90% length match and only an 80% width match. Even though there's a higher yielding bundle, they might know that customer really needs the length to be on point, so they might choose that one. And you can see the time to pick. That will be a phase 2 thing for this project, using the data from the prior year senior design project. They could also have an impact on what bundle our customer selects. Because if this is a rush order, they might choose a lower yielding bundle because it's faster to pick. As you can see there, bundle 125 is only 5 minutes to pick, even though it's not as high of a match as bundle 123, which is 45 minutes to pick. We would also need the ability to click and expand details showing the exact tally, so you can see the exact amount of pieces of width and length in that pack, similar to what's displayed there. We would also want the ability to cherry pick bundles and create an order through an API callback to our ERP system, or save it in a draft status in this program if the customer calls back and wants a prior quote. Then it's easy to grab that out of draft status and send it to the back end. So some of the technical details, we will jointly select an NLP, and then we can also jointly select a language for the algorithm to be used in conjunction with our DMSi fluid framework for our web front end. But really the program at a high level should be designed to be able to work with any of our ERPs. That's the goal. This year we'll scope out 1, if not 2 of the ERPs for this school year. And then we will use DMSi provided data. We have a ton of data on all the tally and all the scenarios that our customers have. So we'll use that to build we'll probably use a Postgres SQL database for the query tool for the NLP tool to query against, or for the algorithm to query against, to keep that consistent, and then that can talk to the various ERP systems that we have. And we have, like I said, we have all the data we could imagine, and we'll work together on the scenarios to build this program out for. And then also, like I said, we'll likely make an API call back to our systems to put in an order or a quote. So going through the market impact, this is the biggest piece of this. So the DM or the hardwoods industry is a little slow to adopt technology. DMSi has recently acquired multiple hardwood specific software companies. And the reason we like that market is the software requirements are really unique. So they can't just go to any software, inventory software, and buy this off the shelf. It's really unique to lumber, as you can see from this scenario. And because that market's slow to adopt technology, the software companies haven't really had to push too hard. So we think that with a tool like this, no one else, none of our other inventory software competitors are, from what we can tell, are releasing or thinking about the world anywhere near what this is. So our plan would be to get a case study with one of our customers using this product and illustrating how much time it saves them and how much quicker they can access the data they need in a way that helps them make decisions a lot faster than they do now. Because today they can access the data, but it takes them a while to compile it in a way that's meaningful to them. So that a tool like this would really accelerate that. And we want to make a big marketing release video where we send it out to the entire industry, um, and really illustrate how innovative of a tool this is and how much time it saves them. And we think releasing a product like this would totally blow away this market because on the hardware side and the equipment side, they have really advanced technologies, but on the software side, it's really lagging in this industry. So a tool like this would really blow this market away, in our opinion. And we think it would reinforce the DMSi brand in a huge way that we're approaching inventory software for the hardwoods market different than anyone else, and that this would help our brand be almost the de facto choice for inventory software in the hardwoods market. That's the end of our pitch video, and we think it's a really cool project, and we are super excited for it. So we hope you guys are as well, and hopefully we'll see you on our team.